Nigeria has serious economic and security problems. But when you hear things like these about Nigeria, it gives you hope of the potential Nigeria has to solve their problems. Alhaji Aliko Dangote of Nigeria, the richest black man in the world, and the same man that put up the largest oil refinery in Africa, has now entered into the tomato industry. Ladies and gentlemen, it was Dangote Cement, Dangote Refinery, and now Dangote Tomato Processing. The man has invested 3 billion naira into greenhouse tomato nursery alone. Now, 3 billion naira as of this morning is about 1.7 million US dollars. He has injected it into the project to grow between 300 to 350 metric tons of hybrid tomato seedlings. This is a country that consumes 2.3 million tons of tomato paste alone annually. He's going into paste production, and this gives me hope for this continent. Ladies and gentlemen, how can African countries be so dumb for so long? Look at all these importations into our countries. Don't you know that farming is our only way of being great? Don't you know, ladies and gentlemen? Don't you know that food is a universal language that's acceptable even by your enemies? We sit on fertile lands. We can see our river bodies and the human capacity. Doesn't it occur to us that perhaps that's what we have all these resources for, ladies and gentlemen? What's the point of having constant sunlight, rivers, and fertile lands if not for farming? We are busy chasing all the wrong things in the world. Think about this. Nigeria banned rice importation, but the same Nigeria is the largest importer of rice in Africa. What stops the federal government of Nigeria from establishing the largest rice farm in the world? In fact, what stops Ghana's government from running the largest rice farm in the world when you have autonomy over printing money and taking taxes? What stops you from investing in state-owned enterprises, ladies and gentlemen? Every time I ask politicians this question, I get the answer of a bird chirp. And I know why they don't want to venture into it. It's simple because, first of all, the politicians do not trust the people they have around them with money. They don't trust their cabinets and their appointees with money and management. That is a fact. They know where their commitment lies. All these African presidents know that the people they will put in charge of these projects will only squander the money. They know it. Therefore, the saying becomes true that government enterprises are mismanaged and bound to fail. They have surrounded themselves with thieves and money launderers. They are part of a system that only knows how to create, they loot, and they share among themselves. They come up with brilliant ideas to win votes, but end up becoming a strategy to loot and share the spoil among themselves. How can Dangote establish a refinery and Ghana as a country can't? When the state has access to funding and all the technical people. Ghana ranks third on the list of African countries with the largest import of chicken meat, only behind Angola and South Africa. We import over 250,000 metric tons of chicken yearly, and yet the government doesn't see the need to go into chicken farming. How come? The rhetoric you hear is providing an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, all that rhetoric, that language has been proven to be a scam. They don't intend to make any enabling environment for businesses to thrive. They rather mean granting their cronies bigger tax incentives to import more chicken and other products. They've all become liars and evil to the core. We consume the most eggs in all of Africa. What is the state doing about that? What kind of human beings are these? How can leadership be so evil for so long? See how Mali's military president has paid off their internal debts in such a short period of time. See how Burkina Faso's Traore is going into commercial agriculture and working in the interest of the people. See how he's dealing with corruption and bad contracts over their nation's resources. When others are getting wise and patriotic about their countries, Ghana is looking at where next to get a loan. At what point does leadership choose to work in the interest of our country, ladies and gentlemen? Africa needs sustainable energy. Africa needs to be food secured. Africa needs to be re-educated. And who's stepping in those spaces? If we can export cocoa, we can equally export electricity. Which African country will make that a reality? Where are the solar panels? Where are Africa's solar farms? Why should Nigeria continue to experience blackouts when the sun is constantly available throughout the day? Ladies and gentlemen, we have to ask all these questions and we need answers. It's apparent that African politicians have no interest in the prosperity of the people. They want to be in power to control resources for their own benefits. No African country should be importing food. Ladies and gentlemen, we shouldn't be importing chicken and beef, which has been kept in freezers for many months, if not years. We shouldn't be importing fertilizers, for goodness sake. We should be the ones feeding the rest of the world. According to the World Health Organization, 815 million people go to bed hungry around the world each day. Out of that number, 733 million of them are from African countries, which actually means 1 out of 5 people in Africa go hungry each day. This is a curse. This is unacceptable. This is a human rights violation. There is no sense in soil-rich countries in Africa depending on a war-torn country in Ukraine for supply of maize and wheat. The entire continent is sick, and West Africa is the worst. This generation of African youth must rise up for something new. There's not a better time than this time, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody is coming to help us. The West need us to continue playing dumb and gullible. They need us to desert what we have and look up to them. They won't stop until we rebel and choose to go on a new path. This is the only time Africa can be economically liberated. We need commercial farm machines. We need commercial irrigation systems and processing plants, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we must go to survive in the years ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to farm and feed ourselves. I hope you are listening to me, especially those of you Africans in the diaspora. It's about damn time. Thank you for taking time to watch today's episode. Be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell for more of my contents. I'll come your way again with another one soon. Until then, God bless you, God bless Africa, and it's bye-bye for now.
Not so long ago, we turned to TV and newspapers for the latest news. But today, social media has become the main stage, shaping opinions, influencing elections, and redefining our democracies. Think about it. When was the last time you relied on TV to stay informed? Now, we get updates everywhere we go, at work, in the car, even as we unwind before bed. Social media is powerful, but with that power comes control. Algorithms and hidden filters decide what we see, affecting how we understand the world around us. And that's exactly why we created Trends Hub. Trends Hub is a next-generation microblogging and networking platform designed for genuine connection and free expression. Trends Hub doesn't impose algorithms or collect excessive personal data. Instead, it's a space where you decide what you see, based on the interests you choose. Fully cloud-based and accessible anywhere, Trends Hub gives you control over your feed, your privacy, and your conversations. It's more than just a platform. It's a community built on trust, transparency, and authentic engagement. Now, let's explore the 3 key components that come together to make Trends Hub the platform you've been waiting for. At the heart of Trends Hub, there are 3 powerful components that make your experience truly unique. First, we have blogging, but not the traditional way. With Trends Hub, you can share your thoughts, ideas, or stories with just a link. Simply post a link to your blog and it becomes part of your Trends Hub feed, making sharing and discovering content effortless. Next, we have private messaging, a feature that brings true connection. Forget the noise of public timelines. With private messaging, you can have personal, meaningful conversations without the distractions. It's all about building relationships on your terms. Then there's Bits, short videos that bring your content to life. Whether you're sharing a quick thought or a creative spark, Bits make it easy to express yourself and engage with others through video in a way that feels personal and real. And here's something that sets us apart even further. Read for Me, our AI-powered model that reads captions in any language. If you don't feel like reading, simply let the AI do the work. It's a feature designed to make your experience even more convenient, inclusive, and accessible. These four components come together to create an experience that's simple, engaging, and all about you. And it's just the beginning. The future of social media is here, and it's happening now. Trends Hub isn't just another platform. It's a movement. It's where innovation meets freedom, where you control your experience, and where the next big thing is waiting for you to shape it. This is the moment to be part of something historic. Trends Hub is more than a platform. It's an opportunity to revolutionize the way we connect, create, and share. It's time to make your mark, influence the conversation, and help pave the way for a new digital future. And the best part? Trends Hub can be found on your browser, fully cloud-based and accessible anytime, anywhere. No app downloads needed. This is the cloud, simplified. So what are you waiting for? This is your chance to join the wave that's going to change Africa and the world. Don't miss out. Join Trends Hub now and be part of the future today. Are you trending?